And we are. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Entab CampusCare EdTalks, an exclusive platform where the stalwarts of education come on board and express their viewpoints on curbing topics related to education. Before I begin, let me quickly introduce you to Entab. We are a 20-year-old IT company engaged in providing matured and futuristic school ERP, CRM, and mobile apps to the schools spread across India and helps in transforming them from good schools to great ones. Without further ado, let me quickly introduce you to our today's topic. It is maintaining a thin line between scolding and humiliation. And for that very purpose, I have three very special ladies with us. Please welcome Dr. Arsha Anjum, the principal of Ikra International School, Bangalore, Karnataka. Ma'am started her career as a dental surgeon and is now an educator, facilitator, trainer, mentor, and counselor. Under her guidance, the school has been awarded the International School Award by British Council. She believes in an integrated academic education methodology of combining curriculum and values. Welcome on board, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Punita Chauhan, ma'am, the principal of Hilltop School, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand. In her journey of more than 36 years, ma'am has visited countries like UK, China, US to facilitate educational collaboration. Ma'am also promotes co-curricular activities like dramatics, public speaking, creative writing, paper presentations, etc. Welcome on board, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you. Moving forward, please welcome Neera Emmanuel, ma'am, the principal of St. Mary's Inter College, Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. In her experience of more than 18 years, ma'am has proven a record of 100% result in ICSE and ISC board. Ma'am believes in the holistic growth of a human being. Welcome on board, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. So before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Click on that bell icon to stay regularly updated. कितनी बार बताना पड़ेगा यार? Do that. All right. Ma'am, let me go to Punita, ma'am. Ma'am, today's kids or even we as adults, we don't like to hear anything negative from anyone. So scolding is definitely not accepted. The first thing our audience would love to know that why do teachers even use the method of scolding when a simple message can be delivered?
I fully appreciate the point you're trying to make, and I do believe that scolding is the last resort that a person might want to take. It is when I guess people stop being persuasive and they are not able to, it's a little bit of helplessness of a teacher at being able to handle a situation that leads her to get angry. And I often tell my teachers to evaluate their own anger and the reason for it, because most of the times just being firm and reasonable, even in a pleasant way, can get you what you want. And we've made a turnaround many a time with even parents, angry parents, who we could subdue very nicely by just being calm and patient. So if you have a point to make a point. You don't have to lose your temper.
Right, right. That's very important. If you have a point to make your point. Correct. All right. Ashay, ma'am, we all know monkey see, monkey do. So we all know that children, what they learn is what they see. So in your opinion, if the teacher has anger management issue and displaced anger issues, how are children likely to pick the same?
Yes, obviously, like you just said, monkey see, monkey do. Teachers are something like, in our culture, in our belief here, they are the gurus, right? The children emulate them. And if they are having some anger management issues, then firstly, they have to acquire those qualities. A teacher, first of all, should be a very, very good listener. And then the teacher has to come to the child's level of understanding and should also learn to see beyond what is being seen from the child's perspective. They have to go beyond a step further. And that's how they have to just, and they have to also acquire all those qualities that are required apart from being a good listener. They have to be those problem solvers. They have to be those who are analytical thinkers, who not just take that easy way out, rather, easy way out of talking something nasty to the child, but rather take another step forward to look what is there behind the scene, try to understand the child's struggles, and all that. And that will come with training and with practice and with patience. A lot of patience is required. And teachers who are not patient cannot, I know people who lack that are not recommended to be a part, in this field is what I would say.
That's cool. I hope my ex maths teacher must be listening to this because I remember back in when I was in school. Oh my god. Well, I was a notorious kid as well, to be very honest. All right, moving forward, Neera ma'am, this generation of students is rebellious. I mean, they don't do anything without knowing why, right? The whole idea behind is question, question, question. So, how should a teacher not humiliate the child in the name of scolding by taking care of the tone, use of words, environment, and rather talk to the child politely? Otherwise, it would make him or her more rebellious and adamant, right?
Yeah, very true. You have said these words very correctly as to how to deal with today's kid. You know, what we learned way back in our time, it was very different. Today, the kids are exposed to media and so many other things, and they are having awareness. They know their rights and they know their things. So, we have to put something which interests them and which actually makes them to listen to us. Now, here, what I say to my teachers is use preventive discipline methods. You know, when taking a class, if you have something new to give to the students, something creative, something interactive, this is a preventive mode. Automatically the class will be in discipline. They will listen to you because you have something good to say. Now we come to the humiliating factor. There's a very, very thin line between humiliation and scolding. When you are scolding a person, you are scolding to make him right. And when you are humiliating the person, you are demeaning it. So we have to be very, very careful. Our motive to reprimand or maybe correct the child should not be to demean him. And that is very, very important. We have to just take care of our tone, our words, and the way how we put things before them. So this is one such thing that I have also understood, and I have during my teaching time, I have unlearned so many things that we were practicing in our times and it were practiced on us. So we are now understanding that today's scenarios are different and we have to deal with our students very, very politely, intelligently, and strategically. That is important.
Right. Punita ma'am, very quickly, to be very honest, not only as a teacher but as a person, how and to be this is what I see in my team as well, that they come to me with the problem. Oh, yeah, nothing is. This is what has happened. And rather than focusing on the problem, most of the people they do not focus on the solution. Of course, problems are going to be there. That's the part and parcel of life. So rather than focusing on the problem, how can we create a mindset of students or maybe teachers so that they don't scold the student and they rather than focus on solution solving problem. That why is the child has a stage fright? Forget that. Yeah, go on now.
What is the solution? What is the solution to a stage fright issue or any other issue? Well, there's only one way to do it, and that is to do it. We need to create a culture of being solution focused and not being problem focused. Every time a teacher comes to me in my office and says, I have a problem, I first of all listen carefully. And then the second thing I ask the teacher is, so what solution have you brought with you? Right. Make a person think of a solution. And most of the times, the wearer knows where the shoe pinches. And therefore, the wearer knows the best solution. It is there behind you, the back of your mind, the best solution that will best suit your condition. So we have to change that mindset slowly, and we do it with our teachers, we do that with our parents, we do it with our students. Many a time, the students will themselves tell us, this is our problem, but this is how we can solve it. And because we are listening to a variety of points of view, we come out with very innovative suggestions because it is coming from the user himself. So we have to create a culture where we do not keep talking problems, problems, we talk solutions, solutions.
Right. All right. Very quickly, closing remarks. What I would love to know that if in case, from all three of you, one by one, if in case, let's say not only a teacher but even a superior, because we often see it in corporates, we often see it everywhere that even managers or above hierarchy, they seem to talk down to people. And so, what if a person, when they feel humiliated, how should they stand up to themselves?
When
From
they feel
yeah,
humiliated, if
Punita.
I am being humiliated, is that what you're saying? If we are on the being on the side of being humiliated,
No, ma'am. If we are on the side of being humiliated, how should I stand up to the humiliator? What should I do?
I need to be logical and sensible. That's it. If I have the confidence in what I am saying is logical and reasonable, there are many people, especially parents, who try to use that, use that as a way of defending themselves. So we always, I ask them, how does this? Okay, I mean, let's forget, let's cut the crap. Come down to bare facts. If you want us to do something or you're saying something which is here to humiliate us, how does that help you solve the problem? If you want to solve a problem, let's talk facts. Forget about all these adjectives that come along with whatever you have to say. You've come here with a problem. Let's find a solution to it. And the best way to get a disciplined response is to be disciplined yourself. If
Yeah,
I'm calm, I can tell the other person, look, I'm talking to you calmly. Can you please calm down so that we can actually discuss it amicably?
right. Let's
I
be
will be
civil.
humiliated. I will be humiliated when I feel I'm humiliated. When I accept no humiliation, I don't feel humiliated. Then I make the other person feel small by saying, why are you talking like this? I'm talking to you respectfully. Can we talk decently? The other person immediately realizes, I don't accept humiliation, so I don't feel humiliated.
Ah, wonderful. That's a very good thought process. All right, Neera, ma'am.
Yeah. See, if I'm on the side, if I've been anytime humiliated, I would be very, very confident in my things. And as Punita ma'am says, I would take humiliation as humiliation. I will understand that this is a point where the other person is trying to demean me, so that they are not able to put forth what they want from me. So I'll be very, very confident with my things, and I won't take it that way. This is what is very important. How you feel is very, very important. And definitely, I have to communicate this thing to the other person that, see, this point is not logical, and this is not, and the person, it should not be like, it should not go person when the things are professional. It should have a professional cut. This is what I will do.
Right. So let's not get personal. Let's all be civil.
Yeah.
Right. Wonderful, Neera, ma'am. Asha, ma'am, what about you?
Yes, everyone, I think ma'am were talking about, or both ma'ams were talking about with respect to adults. Now, since we were talking about children in perspective here, I would just like to say that if a child is being humiliated by a teacher, or there is a crossing of line between scolding and humiliation, then the bystanders who are there, the children should be nurtured in such a way that they get that confidence to stand up for what it is and to express their belief, express their emotions to the teacher in a right way. And if still it goes beyond, then yes, the bystanders also can come into the picture. That is their classmates. They can speak to a confidant, that is an adult teacher, another teacher who can understand their situation. And in our case, when the teachers, we see the teachers going beyond their line and crossing this line of humiliation, crossing the line of scolding and going into humiliation, we first try to talk to them and find out where is it coming from, where are you coming from, and what's the actual situation. We try to understand that and then give solution, like how ma'am said that we ask the teacher herself or himself to provide the solution. we go ahead with that process. And if the child, that is the victim, is going through something, then we do offer counseling and we talk to the child. We have to have a balanced approach when it's coming to the children, because we are in that position, right? We have to look at the child. The child is a center over here for all of us. So the child's well-being, the mental well-being, is very important here when the child is facing it. So we have to equip the child with all those qualities of self-confidence, and all that energy, inner energy in child. I mean.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Asha ma'am, for those lovely remarks, and thank you so much to all the beautiful ladies for coming on board and spending 15 minutes with us for a very relevant topic. What is the like segregating scolding and humiliation, and how people can stand up for themselves. One thing, I don't accept humiliation, so I'm not going to do it. Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, all the people who are watching us on YouTube. It was a pleasure. Till we meet in just after 15 minutes at 5:30 for another webinar. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.